There were 3 of us arriving to join the squadron. All of us felt the same excitement at the thought of getting into action. We had been posted to 87 Squadron, Desert Air Force, but had no idea to its operational role. After a rough ride, we arrived at Foggia Main Airfield, where the squadron was based. We stashed our kit in the tent allocated to us, and we were to report the arrival to the commanding officer. The next day, we were moving up behind the front line. The squadron aircraft were Spitfire VSs, and I was expected to fly an aircraft up to the new base. We were going to fly dive bombing sorties in close support to the 18th Army, attacking any target which seemed to be blocking the process. All the tent poles were banged together as we packed down our tents and put them into the 3-ton lorries, which seemed to have suddenly appeared. The first flight of our Spitfires took off and headed for our next base right up close to the front line. Having seen the first road party set off with about half the squadron's gear, we went to our aircraft, started up, and followed the flight to our new base. Later that day, the rest of the squadron arrived as we set about making ourselves as comfortable as possible. Foraging parties went out to see what could be bought from the local farms, as our supplied rations were not of the best. After this, we were brought into battle and all had our first attempt at dive bombing. The results were not too encouraging and we didn't get a lot of success. When the weather prevented us from flying, we would take a truck and visit the town of Perugia. We carried out our normal bombing run, starting at 10,000 feet and going to a dive of about 80 degrees. This allowed us to keep sight of our target right up to the moment when we started to pull out of our dive at about 3,000 feet. We didn't have a bomb sight, but dropped our bombs by judgment. Then we released our bomb. Being in a steep dive, some 7,000 feet, we were travelling very fast, and the aircraft had to be carefully handled, or you could bend the wings because of too much G-force. We then made a low-level attack. Being guided by the controller as we came in, we could see the Germans running through an olive grove. We went in turn, firing our 2mm cannon and 0.50 machine guns. Each of us was making several attacks until our ammunition was expended. We're on our way back now, getting ready for a well-earned rest.